At the Mafube LifeX project, we were faced with a unique challenge with regards to the execution of our project. As an owners team, we were new with limited Anglo-American operational risk management experience and knowledge. Our appointed contractors also unfamiliar with the Anglo safety standards and procedures. Through our drive for local upliftment, we recruited more than 800 people from our local community, most of them with no mining and/or construction experience prior to joining the project. A major challenge to safety for us was the lack of communication of safety or hazards from both our contractor employees and their supervisors to the management team. This was attributed to a fear of victimization as well as a desire not to incur stoppages or suffer negative contractual implications. Through investigations, a severe lack of understanding and recognition of hazards, particularly amongst our locally employed people, became evident. As the owners team, we found ourselves regularly putting the contracted teams on stop due to poor compliance to safety standards. We found it very difficult to collect leading indicators because reporting was not forthcoming. The safety-related concerns were compounded by the rapid daily increase in mobilization of people and heavy machinery to site. Schedule deadlines placed further pressure on everyone involved, resulting in a higher risk of incidents occurring. To address the project-specific safety challenges, as a team, we formulated and implemented the following additional initiatives. Together with Straight 6 and NeuroSafe, the Snakes and Hazards program was implemented to uplift the understanding and awareness of hazards in the workplace.
When we received the phone call from Johan, we realized that Mafube's need was urgent to address their issues. We also found, knowing projects, that our solutions, they needed to be simple, they needed to take traction immediately. In other words, when people came onto the site, it needed to have an immediate effect on them. And finally, we needed to bring an identity to people being on the Mafube project, feeling a sense of belonging. So the design, the images, and the use needed to be uniquely Mafube. Our Snakes and Hazards process makes use of a very simple analogy that we all know throughout the world. People see snakes as dangerous. In the same way, we needed to translate this understanding of danger to the hazards in the workplace. So to give an example, just as you find a puff adder does not behave in the same way as a cobra, you would find that electricity does not behave in the same way as, let's say, moving machinery. Once we've achieved this critical understanding of the nature of hazards, it's also important that we teach people how to interact, manage, and take action with dealing with these dangers that they would face in the workplace. The nice thing about using snakes in the analogy when it comes to workplace safety is, as an example, if we were walking through the bush and we saw a snake, it doesn't matter what culture you are, it doesn't matter what job level you are, one of us would say, be careful, move out the way, and we would all listen to that person. So we found that we could actually break managerial levels, positional levels, language barriers, cultural barriers, where people took responsibility for each other when it came to dealing with danger. Along with the visuals on site, it was important that the tools that they used in Snakes and Hazards complemented the specific requirements for the Mafube process and the Mafube system. We made sure that each team was also issued with boards where, in a way that they could reflect the JRA findings, their risk assessment findings, they were enabling people who were visiting their sections to actually understand the dangers that they would face when entering any specific area that the team was working. The program was very successful immediately in the way that it significantly increased the awareness and the understanding of real-time hazards on site, specifically amongst the locally employed workforce. Our result was that we were able to entrench a common language amongst all employees at the worksite, where they were able to discuss and solve issues around different types of hazards.
The project team worked with NeuroSafe and Straight 6 to create a series of realistic films that explained the basic safety procedures relating to the top 8 critical risks. They were later dubbed into Zulu, our local language, to further improve the understanding. As a result, we improved the overall knowledge and awareness relating to these topics. These had a direct effect in minimizing incidents in each of these areas, Employees starred in their own films, which created a combined ownership towards the project from all companies involved. Be aware, don't be complacent, anticipate risk was the slogan used to strengthen the point that the project's success reliant on people's efforts and mindfulness in practicing safety.
A media LTV was designed, built and used in the workplace to more effectively communicate. The Snake and Hazard program and the passion with which the owners' team committed to the program resulted in everyone's working together to identify hazards and proactively manage them. Care and respect begins with connecting with people. Mafube Life X project team connected with its workforce across all walks of life using the Snake and Hazard language.
As projects are required to employ from our local communities, we are faced with a unique challenge in terms of our workforce recognizing and understanding hazards. The Snakes and Hazards program used at Mafube Life X project can be implemented in any country across all languages because of its simplicity and common understanding. People practice safety when it is simple to do so. Our contractors teams doing their morning meetings in their remote work areas on site has no access to technology to watch videos and presentations. With our Snakes and Hazards Media LDV, we take the technology to them. If a specific team are going to work at heights on that day, we would show them the Working at Heights critical risk video and then have a discussion with them afterwards. At the Mafube Life X project, we tailor-made and designed our safety initiatives and communication tools to speak directly and address the uniqueness of our employees on site. Our Snakes and Hazards program, the critical risk films, and the Media LDV were significant contributors to our outstanding safety achievements. Thank you.